Hello everybody, so it's getting to the end of the year, the end of the year in 2 weeks, end of 2015, and I'm doing my top 10 worst of 2015. There's only 2 more movies that come out this year in the UK for me, and all the ones I'm excited for, and that is Star Wars: Force Awakens and the Peanuts movie. Can't see them being terrible, probably going to be more on my best list, so that's why they're not going to be on the top 10 worst movies. That's why I just wanted to get that done now, the top 10 worst movies, because I've watched 2 movies today, The Ridiculous Six and Devil's Backbone, Texas. 2 movies from 2015 that were atrocious. They're not in the top 10 worst though, but they were atrocious. Let's do the mentions. First off, 3 that I did not see that I know a lot of people thought was terrible. Pan, Mordecai, and The Last Witch Hunter. Those are 3 I did not see that I know a lot of people said were horrible to watch. Maybe I'll watch them at some point to see how bad they are. Mordecai just got added to Netflix recently. But let's do the mentions quickly first. Insidious Chapter 3, Poltergeist, The Atticus Institute, The Hoarder, They're Monsters, Hyena, Big Game, Moments on the Riviera, Ted 2, Jupiter Ascending, The Gallows, Selfless, Vacation, Cherry Tree, Landman Goes Click, Smosh the Movie, Sharknado 3, Oh Hell No, Hidden, Hot Tub Time Machine 2, Victor Frankenstein, and Circle. So a lot of those movies, Insidious Chapter 3, Cash Grab, Poltergeist, terrible reboot, Vacation, terrible reboot, well no, remake I mean, Poltergeist, Ted 2, Seth MacFarlane was trying to be as offensive as possible. Moments on the Riviera was not what the Moomins are, and it was horrible. Big Game is a certified fresh movie on Rotten Tomatoes, but it was just a horrible film for me, and I was so bored, and it does have some sort of fun little moments to it, but it wanted to be an 80s movie, and it just does it very badly. But yeah, they're my mentions. If you want to know more my reasons on those mentions, ask in the comments down below. But let's get into the top 10. With this top 10, I went into the movies that annoyed me the most when I got out of the cinema, and I was like, these are pieces of shit, so let's get into it. In at number 10 is Some Kind of Hate, a movie that I saw at Fright Fest, a movie that I had arguments with people on Twitter and stuff about why it glorifies self-harm, and there's this scene in the film where these 2 girls sit on a bed and are self-harming and they're getting pleasure from it, and the main character, the ghost girl, self-harms, but then the self-harm goes onto the people, so it's absolutely disgusting, disrespectful to people that are affected by self-harm, and I just absolutely hated it, and that's why it's in at number 10, because it's not the worst, but it was one that angered me a lot this year. In at number 9 is Paranormal Activity, The Ghost Dimension. Yeah, we got this camera now, and this movie's 3D, everyone. 3D was atrocious, this movie was atrocious, and it being the final film in the franchise, you ended it horribly, and the thing that you've been wanting to show us for so long was fucking horrible CGI. It was disgusting to look at, and I don't understand why anyone thought, yeah, this is how we're going to end it for people. This is how we're going to end it for all the people that have been fans for so long. We're going to end it how we've ended it with all the other movies. I don't understand the Paranormal Activity franchise. I like 3, that's the favourite one to me, but because it was a prequel, and it was good in ways, but Ghost Dimension, I just wanted to walk out at some points. It's terrible, and has the whole horrible editing thing where someone talks like, yeah, I'm talking to, and it does a jump cut in the middle of them talking, and I don't understand it. In at number 8, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. He's fat. That's the joke. Ha ha ha. So fucking funny, everyone. Paul Blart's fat. He's fat. He's fat. Yeah, that's the joke. Hey, Paul Blart 1. What did I expect when I saw Paul Blart Mall Cop 2? He's in a casino this time, and he's saying he's gone to a convention, everyone. He's not in a mall anymore, he's in a convention against villains, and he talks about how he faints if he doesn't get sugar, and then he has ice cream underneath a kid, and it's... Kevin James loves to be in terrible movies, and one film that I just realised I didn't mention, Pixels. 3 Happy Madison films were terrible this year. Ridiculous 6, Pixels, and Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. In at number 7, Sinister 2, Cash Grab, with the police officer, Officer So-and-so is back, and he's investigating another thing, and Boogie Man or whatever. I like Sinister 1, but what the fuck was this? What the fuck was this? This was filled with jump scares. It wasn't creative like the first film. It's written by the same people that did the first film, but it was like a fuck you to the audience, and it does the whole thing where the ending is like, hey, we've got this radio starting up, hey guys, it's a still screen, and then whoa, thing jumps in at you. So spooky. In at number 6, Oren Peli, directed Area 51. The director behind Paranormal Activity decides to direct his second movie, Area 51. They don't get to Area 51 until 50 minutes in the film, and you have to deal with these annoying, horrible characters, badly written characters for 50 minutes. And then when you get to Area 51, it's so easy for them to get in. Just jump over a fence, guys. That's it. People walk around, but no one's seeing you on cameras. Then when we see the aliens, it's horrible CGI. And it does the whole jump cut editing where someone's in the middle of talking, and they're just like, so, we're going to go here now, guys, and then we go up, and angles keep changing. It's a jump cut through the whole way. It's just like, I thought you only had one camera. So Area 51 is in number 6, because found footage, terribleness. I hated it. In at number 5, The Woman in Black, Angel of Death, jump scare galore. I really liked The Woman in Black, the first film. Daniel Radcliffe was great in that. Woman in Black, Angel of Death is another cash grab. Hammer Horror, what happened? This is what you release now. It's just full of jump scare. The whole thing where the woman's face turns into this black thing with black eyes, and there's a whole part where this woman's walking through this corridor and the nurse screams at her. I remember, I sat in this film next to someone that just kept talking. That's the thing I remember both about this film. And the jump scare happens, and the girl sat with her boyfriend and was like, I knew that was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. It's just like, shut the fuck up. We all knew it was going to fucking happen. It's a jump scare movie. Fed up of jump scare movies. That was what we got a lot of this year. In at number 4, one of the worst movies I've seen this year, and one of the worst movies that I've seen in my life. The Human Centipede 3 final sequence. I'm alright with Human Centipede 1, alright with Human Centipede 2. Wasn't that great, but it was a disgusting film, but it worked. Human Centipede 3 is fucking racist, misogynistic, and just a disgusting and terrible film that is gore for the purpose of gore. It tries to be satire, but it is terribly done, and just Tom Six is just like, he tries to be this big man on Twitter, where he just like posts his stuff out, all the hate you give me gets my dick harder. It's just like, what the fuck, man? Why did you say those type of things? Like, I know it's like a director's pushing off the hate and stuff, but it's just like, you want to be as weird as the actual characters in your movies. And yeah, the Human Centipede 3 was just a terrible end to the trilogy, whatever. Oh god, in the Human Centipede universe, with things, so much continuity and things that didn't make any sense. In at number 3, a movie that I completely forgot got released this year, just like with The Woman in Black. I completely forgot that came out at the beginning of this year. Taken 3 came out at the beginning of this year, guys. They took his wife, and he's framed for murder. First they take his daughter, then they take his wife. Now he's framed for murder. Now they're after him. Shaky cam, shaky cam, shaky cam. Terrible lines. Phone call the movie. You want to find me? You will find me at the Liam Neeson. Fucking. Oh my god. Like, the thing that annoys me about this is that they rate it a 12 in the UK, and it's Oliver Megatwat directed this. He loves to ruin franchises. He didn't learn from his mistakes with Taken 2, so he was like, hey guys, give me Taken 3 and making this shit as before. Hope you like it. Yay. Fucking I'm just swearing a lot in this because I remember in these movies and they just anger me how bad they are. Fuck 'em. Fucking Taken 3, you are shit. And you shat over the first film was an 18 rating. It was 15 in the cinemas. When it came out on Blu-ray, it was an 18. And in 15, it was just, everything's were crazy. It was a great movie. Then Taken 2 came along, and his daughter was throwing grenades off the roof. Taken 3 was just shaky cam and one of the worst car chases ever, where you couldn't tell what car Liam Neeson was in. And they're like, oh, it's this car. This car, guys. All quick, go to that car. It's just like, please stop with the shaky cam. In at number 2, 50 Shades of Grey. Hey, I'm a creep. Hey, I'm gonna take you back to your place when you're drunk and undress you, and I'm gonna follow you, and I'm gonna track your phone, and I say terrible things, and hey, I'm gonna say the line of the movie, but I say, I'm 50 Shades of fucked up. What does that mean? Why did you say that? What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't understand. 50 Shades of Grey, if you've read the books, it is of an abusive relationship, and it's shown a lot in this film. He follows her. He says that she can't speak to people. He gives her rules. When she gets the rule list as well, she's like, nah, we're not doing anal fisting and vaginal fisting. It's just, why was that written on the contract? Why the fuck? This is meant to be about bondage, but this is offence to the people that are into BDSM. It's offence to that community. It is terrible, and it doesn't know. Like, there's one part where they're like, give me a hand, and he whips her hand, and it's just, Dakota Johnson, what the fuck was this? Why was this a film? And we get the next film soon, and it's, I forgot even it is who writes it, but she's directing, I think, now, writing more of the script, and yeah, it's going to be terrible. Yeah, that's number 2, 50 Shades of Grey. I hope none of you really enjoy it, and I hope there's people out there that don't think that's how a relationship should be, because it's abusive and it's disgusting, and I hate it, and I can't believe it's going to be a trilogy, but hey, what the heck, it's a badly written book. It was originally Twilight fan fiction, and it is Twilight. The film is Twilight, because she has to fight between she has to choose between 2 guys. Hey, should I go with this really abusive guy, or should I go with this guy? He's alright to me, but then the abusive guy tries to fight him. They're fighting. It's Twilight. 50 Shades of Grey is fucking Twilight, but with bondage, and that's it. Let's get on to number 1. That's my drum roll. In at number 1, Knock Knock. Keanu Reeves was brilliant in John Wick this year. Then this came along. John Wick was, well, I saw it in New York last year, but it got released in the UK this year. Yeah, Knock Knock. Eli Roth just needs to give up, like The Green Inferno. I almost saw that 2 years ago now, but he did that, and that was bad, really bad. I didn't like The Green Inferno, and then he decided to do Knock Knock, and there's this whole scene where Keanu goes, "I am a monster," and then there's the line, "You gave me pizza, you gave me free pizza. What the fuck was I meant to do?" And it's so horribly written. It's one of the films where I just kept doing like that in cinema, and I just kept shaking my head, and I just wanted to keep on. I was like, sit through it, Luke. Maybe it'll get better. Maybe it'll get better. You don't have to leave. Don't leave, Luke. It may get better. It might get better. It didn't get better. And there's the scene at the end where a video is posted online of Keanu Reeves doing something naughty, and he tries to delete it with his mouth, because he's in the ground. Tries to leave it with his mouth, and he likes it instead. And then the whole film is like him just going, "No!" It's just, and then just this film tries to be offensive as well. There's like things written on the wall where there's things, like thing coming out the guy's mouth and the kid's mouth, and it's like, "I have AIDS" and things, and there's like gay and all things written on the wall, and it's just, this film was terrible and has like this paedophilia thing to it, and it's really fucking weird. And yeah, I hate Knock Knock with a passion. This was like, if anyone liked this, then I'm shocked, because it's one of the worst films I've seen this year, and it's one of the worst films I have ever seen. Keanu Reeves can really act, and the guy is a great guy. He is an awesome guy in real life, but I don't understand why he chose to do this film. And you can see he's putting in the effort. You can see he's putting in so much effort, but it's just atrocious, and everything on this list is atrocious. Top 10 worst movies of 2015. Doing these videos drains me. Like, doing the top 10 worst, I really enjoy doing these videos, but they drain me at the same time, because I have to talk about these pieces of shit again. What's your top 10 worst films of 2015? Say in the comments down below. Let's talk about them. If you think there's anything that I missed out on this list, say down there. Subscribe, like, do all of that cool stuff. Thank you very much. Top 10 best will probably come in like 2 weeks, because I'm seeing Star Wars on the 17th, and then the Peanuts movie on the 21st, so it's probably going to be up on the 22nd, but there'll be videos before then. But that's all for today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye.